everybody, my name is Luke Mar and this is HauteLeMode, and today on HauteLeMode we are coming to you with a reaction to TikTok fashion designers. Listen, TikTok is the new way. It's where most people see things unless you're like a Reels girl or a YouTube Shorts girl, but the thing about TikTok is where the kids are, it's where they're designing their clothes, it's where they're putting their videos, and so I kind of wanted to look at some of the designers that TikTok has most definitely harbored and produced, or I guess not produced, but like certainly is where those designers are putting their content. I want to see, I want to look. So some of these designers are professional, some of them are much more sort of hobbyists, creating their own clothing, but either way, I thought it'd be fun to look at some of the styles, check them out, and honestly like appreciate. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. First up we have Elena Michelle. I'm excited.
Okay, nobody tell Miss Kardashian that it is way too easy to make a Skims dress.
Oops, she said Skims knockoff. Honestly, I stand. I hear, weirdly enough, good things about Skims. People do say that they like it. They do say it's a little bit expensive. Historically, I'm sure that Kardashian Kohl's collection most definitely knocked off some fashion designers at some point. I'm gonna allow the copying. And also, if you're making a copy just for yourself from like your own garment, A, I appreciate you because you can sew, and B, fight the power. Late stage capitalism, we hate you.
The first thing I did was take a dress I already owned and mark out a neckline and the body.
Okay.
We're already halfway there.
It looks great so far.
You can see that this looks a lot like a Skims dress already. So make sure you add some seam
She's
allowance. Quickly look over the work and then cut it out.
The seam allowance, if you do not know, is essentially a portion of the fabric that allows the seam to sit together, but there's a little bit of excess so that if the seam sort of snaps, there's something in there bonded all together. It's also like a very good precautionary thing so that you're not sewing like right on the edges, because that doesn't usually work out. Most of your clothes have seam allowance, like literally I'm wearing all Prada today, so that's not really the best example, but like if you look at your clothes and you turn them inside out, I mean like I have a seam allowance right here. Not trying to show off my legs, but it's this like little flap. But they're important. It's very, very important. Most clothes, I would say, have it. I think all clothes probably have it, unless it's like a 3D knit or something like that.
The same process for the back of taking a dress that I already owned to make a pattern and then just cut it out.
I love that.
Next, we're gonna add bias tape here. The bias tape is to stabilize the neckline.
Okay.
Don't worry about armpits. We'll do this at the very end.
Okay. Armpits, not worried.
Then we're gonna put the two pieces right sides together, pin, and then sew all the way
down.
Make sure that you're using a stretch needle here because we're using a stretchy fabric.
That makes sense. This is important. And I would just be like, oh, I'll use a regular needle, but a stretch needle, it's good to know.
And when using stretchy, go on zigzag.
And
then this is me sewing the two panels together front and back. Remember to never sew over pins. And now I have a dress that just needs some straps. I used more bias tape for mine, and then I took a measurement of my shoulder, multiplied it by 2, and cut that out of bias tape, and then just stitched that bias tape all the way around the armpit.
Also, the thing about making your clothes is like you got to do a lot of like self tape measuring unless you got somebody else that knows what they're doing. And like numbers are not really my strong suit, so it never really happens for me.
But anyways, here we go.
Oh my god, it looks great. That looks so great. And the other thing is like, I don't think it's a super duper complicated dress. So like you could make your own instead of people like mass producing them and not really paying the people and the workers as much as they probably should in order to create the garment. It actually kind of hurts everybody and the environment. It's really bad for you. I stan Elena Michelle. She's doing it, and I stan, and I love, and it's gorgeous.
It is cozy, it is
It fits
tight,
her.
it looks
great.
The only downside is I can't walk in it, so I'll probably put a slit in later.
Okay, that's important.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!
Thank you, Elena Michelle. I stan. I'm obsessed. That's fun. That's really cool. I like the fact that people are making their own clothes. It's good. It's healthy. It's a historical thing that has happened for thousands of years, I would say. That's pretty normal for the everyday person, so we should get back to that. Next up, we have Antoine Guerra. I presume that they're French because the name. Okay, it says make a black dress with me. We're creating a whole lot of patternage. We use the little tape to essentially create all the lines so that we know when we have our pattern pieces what's going where. Okay, making a little bust. Now we're making the patterns, we're actually cutting it. So like that's the thing too, is like, even the patterns, like it's geometry. Not for me. It's geometry, not for me. Okay. There's some sort of mesh. Oh, I think we're getting a corset, people. Oh my god, so much work, so much of, ooh. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen like a chain corset. I know people use plastic, I know people use a lot of different things, and I know that historically somebody like Coco Chanel has used chains essentially to like weigh down certain pieces, like the Chanel jackets, notoriously known for having chains at the bottom because that helps them fall a certain way, and the certain weight at the bottom helps them be much more sort of cylindrical, linear. So it's cool to see that also in like a corset form. Okay, we're gonna do a little drape, lots of pins. Oh my God, look at that little fine ass pleat. Oh, damn. I couldn't do that ever. Holy shit. Good for him. That's a lot of pins. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then he's like hot and shirtless. Like God gives certain people so many gifts, and I just have the gift, I think, technically of gab, and even then, is it that much of a gift? No, but like this man knows what he's doing, is technically trained, is attractive, has nice hair, has pecs. Some people get everything and others get this. It's beautiful. A little strapless moment. Oh my God, the bodice is stunning. And then the skirt, lovely. Like the little gather is gorgeous. It creates a nice shape. Sold. Antoine, you're a star. Hopefully we'll be seeing some runway collections. Next up we have Brooke Barry, and it looks like it's gonna get very floral very quickly. Okay. Cutting her little pattern pieces, floral fabs. Okay. Okay, so it's giving corset. Wow, she's stiff. She's a stiff girl. I like it. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, here we go. Grammatage. You're gonna grommet, I presume that's to make, oh yeah. So like the thing is, in order to make the corset at the back, you want it to lace up. So you have to have the grommets because the grommets essentially punch a hole, and that creates a little hole in there. And when the hole is created, then you can put the little laces through and you can lace it up and make it nice and tight. Oh, and she's doing a little yellow ribbon. It's so beautiful. It's so cute. Brooke Barry. Okay, I think that's her brand, Brooke Barry. Look it up if you're looking for, I presume, these corsets. I'm pretty positive she sells these online. It's really beautiful. It's really cute. It's really, really lovely. I think it's a gorgeous color. I think that rose motif is so stunning. And support cool young designers. Don't support Shein. Next up, we have Cherry, the designer. I'm excited. Make a Dress With Me Part 2. Okay, we missed Part 1. I apologize, Cherry, but it looks like we're getting a rainbow moment. We're pinning the sides of the dress. Okay, stitching the sides. Yeah, concentration is key. Very important. Sampling the dress after stitching the sides. Yes, it's inside out. That's smart. It's good to tell people that is she's sewing it inside out, because then the thing is, if you sew it inside out, the seam is on the inside. You get that nice sort of finish on the outside where you can't really see the inside lining of the seam. Although ruffle sides would have been cute. I like the colors on it. It's beautiful, and it's a nice sheer. Cut off the uneven pieces and pin the neckline and bottom of the dress for hemming. It's called Finesse Detail Refinement. More stitching, but completed the hem, the neckline, and the bottom of the dress. We stand. I wanted to cut out on this dress, so I did that off camera, pinning the side to the hem, the side cut out of the dress. Okay. I want to see the cutout too. Now I'm excited. I love it. Okay. Cute, asymmetrical cutout. Personally, not my style in terms of like the asymmetry. I appreciate that it's been done and it's cool to be able to see how it's done. I also love, love, love the colors. Honestly, I think the way that they bleed into each other is really, really nice, and it helps sort of create and set up different parts of the body being accentuated. The bust with those blues is really, really cool, and the way that it bleeds out is just lovely. So the other thing is, like, I just love when people like make their own clothes, you know what I mean? So like the fact that it looks like this, it looks really, really good. It looks well fitted. It's lovely. Like, that's good enough for me. I have one level for the girlies up top, the luxury brands or whatever, and then I have another level for like everybody else. And the thing is, normally everybody else usually over delivers, and the luxury brands under-deliver. I love it. It's cute. It's fun. It's great. Thank you, Cherry. Next up, we have Ambi Studios.
Let's make my dress for my sister's wedding. Now, your gal is extremely busy.
I
would usually make a sample and make adjustments before making it in the real fabric. I don't have time to do so, so I'm just raw dogging it and going straight in with the actual fabric. I never actually made a cowl neck dress, so I'm just looking at how to actually do it.
We stand cowl neck. I love.
To the front and the back. Gonna cut
it's
them
beautiful.
Out, pin
it's
them
stunning.
together, see how it looks, and then the sleeves and neckline after. Okay, I've literally just pinned it on my body. Obviously, I've not added the neck yet.
If you're looking to make a pant or a jacket or a top or whatever, like there's so many cool tutorials on the internet, whether it is video form or written content with like pictures attached or whatever. So if you're looking, there's a lot of information out there. People that obviously have experience are also utilizing that information in order to make things that they haven't made before. You know what I mean? It just adds to your repertoire of being a designer, being somebody that can create, being a dressmaker if you don't consider yourself a designer, like being somebody that can sew.
Skin, but I've done like a cut out at the back.
Cute. I love the color.
I think I'm happy
and that scoop
with the
neck.
shape. I just need to maybe take a bit off the shoulders. They're a little bit wide, and then I can do the sleeves and the hood.
It feels very Valentino shoulder length and shoulder width.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it and fingers crossed. I'd usually attach the shoulder seams together and then do like one continuous stitch up the side seam and down the sleeve. But because I'm worried that I might need to redo the sleeve, I've just like sewn it up separately so I can try it on and then I'll attach it like that. Okay, I still need to cut the thumb.
Oh, so she's giving gloves. She's doing gloves. She's doing work.
I'm actually quite pleased with that. I just need to make it a little bit tighter here.
Good for her.
It is so warm in here. I'm sweating. But I've basically finished the whole thing. I just need to hem it and add the hood.
It's also a lot of work. Like it's physical work.
Current situation. I love it.
Wow. It looks great.
Took like an inch. Oh, by the way, I left the thumbs out because I want to take pictures of my sister looking unreal on the day, and I want to be able to use my phone. Basically, I
smart.
took like an
That's
inch
smart. Utilitarian design.
Make sure they were super stretched and like weren't baggy. But it's kind of pulling this down a little bit, and like this was meant to be over my boobs. But
and then it's pulling it over.
See if I can resolve it by just making the cowl neck like a little bit higher so that it covers it, if that makes sense.
Okay,
for some reason I thought I could do this all in one piece, but I've just realized I'm gonna have to make
hood.
Make, the cowl neck attached to
Okay, so it's giving like recent Saint Laurent collection, but also at the same time Saint Laurent was giving little Grace Jones 1980s iconic moment as well.
I'm excited. Guys,
ooh,
I hate to compliment myself like this.
Don't hate to compliment yourself. That looks cool. I'm excited.
But I just have no choice. I'm so obsessed with it. I cannot believe I made this in like one take.
It looks so cool.
The only thing I had to redo, because it was actually pretty hard, was the hood. I had to do like 4 different attempts, by the way.
Hey, listen, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
My sweat patches in this, let's not comment.
Oh my god, I love it.
But literally, I'm obsessed. This is the back.
Yay, I love this. These are fun. I like doing these. Oh, Stan. Okay, I love that. That was gorgeous. That was fun. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, sold. See, isn't it cool to like watch people create and like actually make stuff and you're like, wow, that could be me. It won't be me, but it could be me if I wanted it to be. Next up, we have Judy Gao Couture. I'm excited. Okay, a little silk. It's a little champagne pop. Okay, a little drapage in the front on the bodies. Nice. Okay, adding in the zipper. Okay, so it's like a fall away sleeve kind of situation, the ties, and then it's a big old beautiful skirt. Oh, lovely. A high slit. I'm sold. Looks beautiful. Okay, nice. See? Fun. Easy peasy. Not really, but in my head, looks easy peasy. Next up, we have Katie Made It.
So my boyfriend's mom is getting married and I can't find any dress that I really like, so I think I'm actually gonna go make my own.
Me, again, but not me.
I found this really pretty jersey.
Okay.
It's $5.99 a yard, so I'm gonna buy 4 yards and we're gonna see what we can make with it.
Jersey is a knit, obviously it says that there, but jersey also, if you guys know, usually has that sort of like heathered effect where it looks almost like, not marbleized technically, but almost like certain parts are lighter, certain parts are darker. People wear a lot of jersey.
Fabric's here!
Okay, it's a beautiful little perp, or fuchsia, but purple.
I just cut out my pieces here.
Okay, I feel like we're getting a slit moment from that pattern.
Sewing the pieces together, and I also did the same for my lining.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with flounces, so of course I have to add them to my dress.
As you should.
Cutting them out. I actually have a tutorial for this up on my TikTok if you want to learn how.
See? Tutorials. Check out Katie Made It, and you could make it too with the tutorials online. But the other thing I think that's really, really cool about making your own clothes is the fact that you can customize it. You know what I mean? Like, you like something and a certain brand doesn't make that, which is constantly a me problem. You could make it yourself. You could do it yourself. It's something that in reality you're like, oh, for me.
But I'm just cutting and cutting, and then I'm just gonna serge the edge for a clean finish. And here are my flounces all done and pretty.
Love!
Now I'm just attaching.
It's also cool to see like that's how a flounce is made, is they do it in that sort of circular sort of pattern, they cut it out, and then the serging at the end sort of really does like a clean cut. The fabric itself, which normally if you like rip the end or the hem or the edge or whatever or knit particularly, it will essentially start to like unravel itself because it's not bonded in the way that it needs to be. Like that's how fabric is made up. It's all this sort of little pieces of thread that are woven or knit in a certain way. And in reality, if you like cut through or you rip or you pull it's going to start to, again, fray. And so what happens is when it frays, that's the fabric sort of breaking apart and going back to its original form, which is like the threads. In order to serge it, you're going to make sure that it's not going to break apart and look all messy and weird on the ends. Although like certain things, people love a little weird, messy on the end. So, you know, if you have a ripped pair of jeans, that is the fabric coming apart at that portion.
I actually had some extra flounces that I turned into a flower that I didn't show here, but I just added on top of the layers that I sewed onto the dress, and it's basically done.
So this is how it turned out.
Oh, I love that. See, like these are fun. I love this. Like I like the strapless. It's really simple. It's really easy. I like the multi-flounce, which normally like it's not my thing. Asymmetry, a flounce, like it's not always the thing that I love, but I love the fact that like she did what she needed to do to give it to herself. And the big fabric flower on the end, we can see that up there, sort of holds things together. It has little strings or, you know, fringes that fall off of it. Like it looks beautiful.
But yeah, I hope you like this tutorial. Follow if you want to learn more sewing tips and tricks. And I'm late, so I gotta go.
Go follow Katie. She made it. Stan. Again, I know I keep saying Stan, but like I do. I think it's so cool to like watch people work and make their own stuff. And like I know that she went to that wedding, and obviously it was about like her boyfriend's mom, but everybody was like, where'd you get that dress? And she was like, I made it. Me. Next up, we have Kiki Thrifts 2.
Make a gold dress with me for my golden birthday.
Okay. What is the golden birthday? A golden birthday is a very special birthday that occurs once in a lifetime. It's when the day you were born matches your age. Oh, interesting. Cool. Okay. Must suck to have a really early golden birthday, though.
I want this one to be, and I traced it, leaving a little bit of room for seam allowance. I pinned down the sides and went ahead and sewed down those sides. I put it on after that just to give me a basic idea of what it was going to look like. The first thing...
The light double-sided fabric. I was like, wait, what? Because obviously it looks black, but she was talking about it being gold. So the thing is, on the inside of that fabric, it is sort of black. So it's double-sided. The one side is gold, the one side is black. So she's obviously going to sew everything on the inside. So on the inside, it's going to look black when we're looking at it. But in reality, when she flips it out inside out, it's going to be the gold.
I put it on after that just to give me a basic idea of what it was going to look like.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a little bit
easy,
big, so it's going to need altered. But before I do that, I wanted to fix that raw hem at the top. I pinned down the edges up there, and I went ahead and sewed that down to give it a hem. After that, I pinned it where it needed altered.
And now it looks cleaner and nicer
to fit me better on the sides. I made those alterations and then I cut off the excess. I had to do that step several different times, but once I did, it fit me perfect. It's very simple, but I absolutely love the way this turned out.
It's cute. It's easy.
I hope you enjoyed watching this. I will see you next time.
Listen, it's not my personal taste in dress, but like she's happy with it. It fits her well. She likes the look of it. Like it's her birthday. It's golden. The gold makes sense for the golden. I only just thought of that, but I get it. I understand it. Good for her. Shout out Kiki. Next up, we have a piece made by Tamari.
Going out at 10 p.m. Make a dress with me.
So it's 11:17 is what she said the time was. It's 11 hours, less than 11 hours to make a dress.
Started at 11 a.m. Let's hope I finish in time.
Is she? Knit one, purl two. Oh my God, I literally couldn't even, I can't even do it like when I try to think about, you know, I have knitting needles. Did they get used? No, but I have them. She's gonna knit one, purl two, knit one, purl two, but like also to make a dress knitting, so much work, so much effort and thought really goes into this. It's so insane to me, like how much effort people that make clothing put in, and then like there's a grand scheme of like nobody gets paid enough except the people at the tippity top of these companies. And it's so wild to me that the people that like actually have such insane technical skill get paid awfully. So crazy to me. But shout out to Tamari, that's amazing.
Is coming along.
Okay. Jesus, Tamari, that's quick. A whole halter top.
Front of the dress.
Oh my God. I love the color
Crocheting
too.
my life away.
And the knit is nice. I like that sort of long squiggle.
Out of yarn.
Oh, she's on it. She knows.
Down and most of the dress is done.
Oh my gosh.
Adding details.
Oh, she had a little ruffle at the bottom. I love that. So cute.
OMG, look at the time. I gotta go. Good thing.
Oh my God, so cute on her. It looks beautiful. I love it. It's simple, it's easy, it's clean, but I think the fact that you actually have the intriguing motif of the actual knit itself, that's what gives it something interesting, textural, and I love that. And the ruffle is perfect. Oh, it's backless. It's Done. These are so fun. I love these. Next up we have Reuben Isaza, and it looks like we're getting a denim experience. Okay, we're doing all of our pinnings to the front. We're cutting our strips. Okay. Oh, interesting. I'm intrigued by this. The dress actually has like a shell dress on the inside that is made up of all of these blue denim strips, and it has the form. It fits on there beautifully. It really does. And then I'm presuming it's going to get covered by all of the frayed strips. All right, we're bleaching a little bit. Oh, wow. It looks so nice. It looks great. Okay, we're going to fray on the sides. Then we're going to sew the strips on. Oh, interesting. Putting it in the washing machine. And I'm presuming that when you put it in the washing machine, that's actually going to also help to sort of treat the little edges, the frayed edges, and that's going to help sort of move and groove things. I was actually looking at the laundry I did the other day. I could literally see that the seams on some of my clothes were like coming off. And so the thing is, laundry machines are very harsh, and dryers as well are really, really harsh on your clothes. So you have to be like very, very careful about the way that you do it. And that's why it's important to like understand cold versus hot, or using certain laundry detergents and fabric softeners. Long story short, the vertical shell dress actually was sewn over with these bleach strips that in reality also then were frayed, and that created this really intriguing textural dress moment. But again, it fits beautifully on the mannequin. It looks nice, looks intriguing. I think it's cool. Has a little slit in the back, you know, smart. Sold. Next up we have Sarah.art_DB. Also, I'm so sorry to Sarah. It has nothing to do with her, but I can't ever not think of a DB as a dirt bag. That's what my dad used to say. He's like, you being a DB? And I'm like, I am. I don't think Sarah's art is dirt bagginess. I just wanted to mention that. All right, so we're sewing a lot of tulle. Oh, no, this is chiffon? I think it's chiffon. And it's sort of like a champagne-y beige and a lightish sort of blue. Taping up the mannequin, creating sleeves. So. Oh, wow. Okay. That bodice is beautiful. The blue and the beige like that. Wow. Wow. I love that. I love that so much. I think that's stunning. Giving Molly Goddard a run for her money. Okay, Sarah Art. Next up we have Shell's Atlante.
Just about everything went wrong in this project. So I was
in
need of some new work clothes and decided to make a button-up dress.
Right
out the gate, this little chicken nugget would not get off my fabric. I literally had to push him out the way to finish cutting out all the pattern pieces.
Oh my god, the dog hair and
darts. So I knocked those out first, and then
okay, the darts in the front. That's what helps to sort of fit at the bodice and the bust area.
The side seams didn't line up, so I had to trim the excess and then got to attach the skirt. Please do not sew over pins. You'll see why later. Anyway, got to try on the dress and realized I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted at the top and the waist to sit higher, so I took it all apart just to bring the side seams in and the waist up. This is how it looked after, and
okay, cute.
How long I wanted the sleeves to be. Once I got the sleeves situated, it was onto the collar, and little did I know, I clearly cut that pattern out wrong or used the wrong seam allowance somewhere because the collar stand was
you have to be so patient to do it too.
Those pieces from scratch. In that process, I broke my needle. This is why I don't sew over pins. Took a little intermission to replace my needle and then attached the collar, and it was onto the buttonholes. I marked the places for my buttons, got to sewing, and then this happened. My machine jammed up and I had to get this disaster out of my fabric without ripping a hole in it, which took a lot of patience, but we eventually got there and finished up the buttons, just leaving this never-ending hem, which I measured, and it was 228 inches. Finally, a million years later, I got the dress.
That was well worth it though. That's a beautiful dress. It looks stunning. Gorgeous. I love that beautiful bell shape of the skirt, the sleeves, you know, the collar, the buttons. It all looks amazing. Good for her.
And I'm just glad that after all that work, it turned out cute.
I love that. See, these things are worth it even when it's like annoying. In the end, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that. And then on top of it, like, not only can you do it, but then you get to wear it. Okay, so our last video is from Spice Ambi. Let's get into it. Oh, she's adding, I presume that's foam onto the mannequin. Looks like foam of some sort. I presume that that's like foam padding that will help to sort of pad out the piece. Okay. Oh, she's knitting. She's a knitter. I love it. I'm sold. The white, loose sort of knit. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Okay. Oh, I like the different layers. I like the fact that some of the knit is like very loosey-goosey and other parts are much more opaque. I think that's really cool. Oh, it looks beautiful on her. Okay, and so the padding was for her so that she could pad the mannequin so that it would fit on her. Very smart. You could catch the breeze, but it's cold. Wait, no? Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's for a client and those are their specifications, and so that's probably what is going on. But either way, I love the knit. I think it's really, really cool. I like the different layers. I like the sheer element of it. Well, that is the end of this reacting to TikTok fashion designers. Let's talk, I guess, about a best. I'm not even gonna say a worst because I don't really think there is a worst. I appreciate everybody. I'm so in awe of people actually designing clothes. So like, I'm not gonna be like, this is the way. People are wearing their goddamn clothes. There is no worst thing about that because they made it. My favorite, I'm gonna have to say one of them is the Ambi Studios with that blue cowl hooded dress. I also have to say that Antoine pleated number was gorge. I love that made by Tamari crochet. I was like, knit 1.2. Please let me know if any of these TikTokers and designers were some of your favorites, and I will link all of their work in the description box below if you want to check anybody out. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of the designers that are making their own clothes. We love you, we stan you, and we will see you guys in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and TTYL.